Trevs Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, it seems to be a hot topic. At least my YouTube feed would suggest so. And the general opinion is concerned, it's really, I shouldn't leave myself out of it. If it's that much of a topic that every second, third video on my feed is related to the subject, I should definitely weigh in on this. So here's my nickel. As far as sponsor ads on the NHL jerseys is concerned, let's talk about it. So as of right now, 11 teams have jumped on the ad wagon. Yeah, I know, that's cute. That includes Boston, Washington, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Minnesota, Vegas. It's almost so gold you kind of have to squint to see it, but it's there. Arizona, Toronto, Winnipeg, Montreal, and St. Louis. And to be absolutely fair, we were given a year's notice that this was going to happen. If you remember last year, Gary Bettman announced that they were okaying the idea and allowing teams to do it. And, well, I think Washington and Vegas and St. Louis were the earliest teams to jump on. Even before that, though, there's been ads on the ice. And last year they had ads on the helmets. I mean, if you remember the 2021 season, the divisions were sponsored. But here's the moment where I'm going to be that guy. If you really wanted to get technical, as long as I've been watching hockey, sponsorship ads have always been there. I mean, look at the back of your jersey, whether it's on the bottom or the neck. I mean, shoot, in some cases, they were on the sleeve. For a while, they were Reebok. Yes, it's a manufacturer's mark, but it's still a sponsor, isn't it? I mean, they sponsor the jerseys, yeah? So as far as I know, or as far, at least as far as I think about it, ad sponsorship has always been there. I mean, look at the boards. Ads. The arenas even. I mean, when's the last time anybody went into Little Caesars and thought while they were there or on the way home they'd grab a pizza? So, in that aspect, I'm not fazed by it. Like I said, it's always been there. But I do get where the area of concern is. That isn't meant for NHL jerseys. It's meant for European jerseys. So I get the viewpoint on that. I mean, I, like many, don't want to see NHL jerseys look like this. I would hope that despite the novelty of having sponsor ads on the jerseys, the NHL has heads in place and screwed on proper to make sure something like this doesn't happen on an NHL jersey. So while I sympathize with the jersey purists who say something like that shouldn't be happening, I understand the need for sponsors who are willing to pay X amounts of millions of dollars over X amounts of years to take up space on the jerseys. That ultimately has to be what it boils down to. Despite the fact that the NHL is making good numbers as far as merchandise revenue and ad revenue and all that's concerned, what's a better thing than revenue? More revenue. So, based on the money talks logic, it makes perfect sense why they're going this route. Do I honestly think they'll get as bad as the European jerseys? Nah, I don't think so. I would like I said, I would hope cooler heads prevail, and if it does become a case of there's two on the jerseys instead of just one, not counting the brand manufacturer, you could probably draw the line there. I mean, one is enough, but my only real question about the whole thing, and yeah, I'm seeing a lot of articles that are saying it's multi-year deals. Is that going to be the end of it after those multi-year deals expire, or is this a step in the forward direction of permanent? I mean, I can get used to it myself. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I'm Switzerland on this, even though I don't have a Switzerland jersey. I mean, you can never say no to adding more money to the pockets. Ever. Money in is money. There's no such thing as bad money. It's money. You know. So we could talk money talks. Let's talk more bucks. Add your cliche here. I, like many, wouldn't want to see it stick around any longer than it has to. I mean, if it's a case of just trying to recoup money lost over the last 2 years, I get it. You'll recoup it and then some, guaranteed. For the smaller market teams, this is a blessing in disguise. You know, they don't have to completely rely on the war chest. You know, oh, we're short so many millions of dollars, so the league will come help us out. They don't have to worry about that if they got this. So it's not a bad thing, even for a small market team. But I guess the long and short of it is, I'm okay with it. I know the general consensus is very mixed. A lot of people aren't for it. I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me in the least. I mean, when your lasting memory of 90s hockey is Sergei Fedorov looking like a Nike billboard, the only thing on him that isn't Nike is the stick. Because Nike was making Detroit's jerseys around that time too. Or even Mario with a Nike stick. After that's your lasting impression of mid to late 90s hockey, early 2000s hockey, you kind of grow numb to it, really. I mean, to be honest, this isn't the worst thing to happen to NHL uniforms. Does anybody remember Cooperalls? Let's let that speak for itself. It's another one of Trevs hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it to this point. If you have, oh, that's a great thing. You're helping me out immensely. So let me know you're here. Hit that like, that red button that says subscribe all over it. If you're considering it, may I strongly push you in the direction of actually pressing it. We're 94 away from where I want to be by the end of the year. So let's make that happen. And subscribing makes you feel good. How can you deny that? Socials, in the description down below. So I hope you can take my opinion for what it's worth, because it's just that. My opinion. You can have your opinion on it. Let me know what you think either way. In the meantime, in between time, be looking for more videos from Trev. Data.